Again.
Michael Rosioni!
Dura el profeta, canta el poeta y están gritando en la maqueta, ¿o qué será?
What is up, guys? We are back, UFC 326. This is gonna be a great card, or I should say a great main event. We have a miracle of a matchup for the BMF belt. Charles vs. Max is gonna be a bloodbath. No matter what, let's get it. And RoboCop opens up the main card with a highly explosive brawl, and two guys who have both been at the both ends of gnarly finishes. Both men have questionable gas tanks and very aggressive styles with their built frames. RoboCop spars hard and fights even harder. He focuses his camps on being a fighter, not just training for the body. He lands hard shots and likes to follow up, often recklessly, just as hard. Ferreira is named after the Hulk for a reason. He looks even better this time around, and this is a weird rematch after Ferreira knocked out Rodrigues in just one round in 2023. He's only 5'10 at 185, but has great grappling and power to make up for it. Rodrigues is half a foot taller, but with both men ruthlessly throwing wild hooks and haymakers, Ferreira will land the harder shot first and put Rodrigues down with a TKO again. And we have Drew Dober looking to continue his racial crusade with a main card replacement fight against Michael Johnson, but in all seriousness, unfortunately at 37, Drew Dober's title hopes are behind him. He has great power and great finishes, but even with that jawline, he has been knocked out far too many times to make a real run at his age. Johnson is in a similar boat, looking to be a little bit of a career revival with a win over Daniel Zellhuber, but it turns out Zellhuber just sucks, which means Johnson hasn't beaten anyone good in a very long time. I do think Johnson is the better fighter, probably the more talented striker, but Dober's power is the difference maker, and I think it will be a shock to Johnson at his age, and Dober will be able to run right through Johnson, get a knockout in round 2 by just blitzing, taking the damage, walking through him, and landing clean on that shin for a TKO. And now Chiwiwis takes on Rob Font in a battle of one man twice the age of the other. Rosas is 5-1 in the UFC and has only lost to prospect killer C-Rod. Rosas is great wrestling but isn't a fully well-rounded fighter yet. Font has bad wrestling but lacks the knockout power at 38. Rosas has been getting better with his striking, but I just don't love him. Font has not been explosive at all in recent years and hasn't had a finish in 3 years. I don't really like Font either, but I will be taking him to get the decision win. I just don't think Rosas is as developed on the feet as he should be. I hope he proves me wrong and does get better, but Font's experience may be enough to defend Rosas' wrestling. He's 225 for a reason, but I just can't bring myself to pick Rosas yet. He'll probably get the win, but I'm taking the underdog here. I think it's no good value betting on the favorite Rosas. Font has 20 UFC fights to his name, and the experience may done enough to bring him a decision win. And for the co-main event, we have a replacement co-main event. We have Cal Borralho, a yet another fighting nerd, taking on a massive fight. RDR steps up to become the co-main as well. RDR is off to a great start to his UFC career, currently at 4-1 with the last fight being a terrible retirement loss to Brendan Allen. RDR is a grappling expert and a big body in the octagon, but he is very awkward and honestly bad striking, and his main concern is that cardio as well. He's given up in one as well as in the UFC against Allen, so his gas tank is a concern, and Borralho is the worst fighting nerd in my eyes, but he has continued to win in the UFC. He's 7-1, also losing his last fight, this time to Imavov. Borralho has slightly outmatched on the feet, but looked well-rounded. Like a typical fighting nerd, I think he's a bit crazy in the octagon, but I don't think he's as fast on the feet as he thinks he is. RDR is going to take a lot of damage simply trying to get into range, but I think eventually he will get in range. He will land an awkward trip. He's going to get a takedown to take Borralho down. RDR just has to take plenty of damage and keep moving forward. He's going to get hit a lot. He's going to get bruised up. RDR will get on top and just tire Borralho out on the ground until he can find a sub. A later submission will get RDR the win and get him even closer to a title shot. And now Max Holloway takes on Charles Oliveira in a BMF totally legit title fight at 155. This is a rematch from their 145 bout in 2015 that ended via Oliveira getting a little bit hurt in the neck in an MMA match. Max finally moved up to join him at 155, and now he will take on Charles for the BMF belt. Max got brutally knocked out for the first time against Ilya, but bounced back with a decision against a pretty old Poirier. Oliveira has been riddled with bad losses in his career, and he's coming off an amazing win over a wrestler, Gamrot, but really has fought terribly tactically, especially against talented strikers, someone like Max. Oliveira walking into the void aimlessly has gotten him colded by Topuria and almost lost to low IQ Michael Chandler twice. Max has only been submitted once but doesn't usually venture on the ground. Charles is domain on the canvas, and it's much more likely Charles will get knocked out cold than Max will get submitted on that canvas. Max is in his second peak in the UFC, and Charles still looks on the decline from the Ilya effect. This will be an absolute bloodbath either way, but Max will likely find an easy finish by throwing straights right through Charles' guard as he tries to walk him down. Charles will survive the first knockdown, but the second will end the fight via knockout in the 4th round. Charles has no shot on the feet, unless you believe in miracles. And now for my official main card picks for the night, we're going to start at the bottom. We have RoboCop versus the Hulk. It sounds like a cheesy 80s action movie, but it is a banger of a rematch. I'm taking the underdog, Bruno the Hulk Ferreira. He already knocked him out last time. RoboCop's been getting knocked out pretty bad. He's a killer be killed type of guy, and I think he's going to be killed. We move on to the next fight. We have Drew Dober versus Michael Johnston. I don't have to say anything on the undertones to this fight, but speaking of tones, I am taking Drew Dober to win this fight. I see a lot taking Johnston. I know he's on a little bit of a run. I guess you could call a one-fight win streak that, but Drew Dober, he might not be that good. He might have a pretty bad shin now, but I don't think Michael Johnston's any good. I think Dober's just going to walk him down and knock him out, plain and simple. And then Rob Font versus Raul Rosas. Not really sure why I'm taking Rob Font, but I am. I'm taking the underdog. I just can't take Rosas. I don't know what it is. I gotta wait till we fight someone better maybe, but I'm taking the underdog here. And then the co-main event, we have RDR versus Cal Borralho. I'm taking the underdog, my third underdog of the main card, RDR. I really like RDR. I have for a while. He's a big body. I think the Brendan Allen fight really was an outlier. I don't know why. Something with the gas tank, overtraining, blah, blah, blah. I think he's going to show Borralho how good he truly is. I think he's going to outlast all the strikes. He's going to get hit a lot, but he'll eventually get an awkward trip, land on him, lay on top of him, and eventually choke him out. And then for the main event, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira, not Topuria. That would have been scary for both. This is for the BMF belt, a really important belt, as you guys all know, but I don't know for Charles how he can do this. Max Holloway is very, very good, and he somehow looks better every single fight besides against Ilya. But at this point in their careers, I think Charles has just been walking into way too many punches, getting dropped a lot. I think Max is going to have a field day with him, and if they want to grapple, I think Charles has that easy, but I just don't think, I think Max is just not going to let that happen. He's just going to go in there. Charles is going to go into the void. He's going to get punched straight right through his guard, get dropped again, and TKO'd by Max Holloway.
Doc told me I can't play.
Yeah, I know. You got a bad bruise. You know what? Put your street clothes on, because I got no time for quitters.
Come on, Herb. Nobody's quitting here.
You worry about your own game. Plenty there to keep you busy. bruise on the leg is a hell of a long way from the heart, you candy ass.
And the lock of the night is Wisconsin's own Dante Johnson. This former heavyweight is a 5'8" middleweight. He possesses so much of that power against Cody the Can Brundage. A bruise on the leg is a long way from the heart. But Brundage will be receiving many bruises all over his body, including his face. Candy ass. If this fight happened 10 times, Johnson wins 9. But also this time too.
This is unbelievable. You guys are playing like this is some throwaway game up in Rochester. Who we playing, Rammer?
Sweden.
Yeah, you're damn right, Sweden! In the Olympics!
Who we fighting, Charles? Max. Charles doesn't care who he's fighting. He fights everyone the same way every time. Sadly for him, this is not a throwaway fight up in Rochester, and Max will take the gold by putting Charles out cold.
We're through Massachusetts.
Who do you play for?
Play for the United States of America.
My name is Max Holloway. I'm from Wana'i, Hawaii, and I play for the state of Hawaii. Max Holloway is going to prevent a miracle and is knocking out the fan favorite Charles Oliveira out cold in an absolute punch bowl, but it will be a banger fight between two BMFs. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. You'll see us on the OTO podcast next time. I cannot wait for this card. Peace.